if you want fairy tales that talk about women who are smart and take action and play the role of heroines, then stay here and share with other women. So, welcome to The Princess Left the Tower. My name is Marilda, and today I will tell you the story of Fan Mian. This is a summary of a fantastic fairy tale by Anita Ganeri. And if you're new to the channel, please subscribe and hit the notification bell so you won't miss any interesting facts about women. Long time ago in the Chinese countryside, there lived an old farmer. He had 3 sons. 2 of them were already married, and the daughters-in-law were from another village. They really miss their family and siblings and parents, so very often they asked the old farmer the permission to visit them. The farmer was tired of that, and so one day he told them, "You may go, but if you want to come back here again, you have to bring me some fire wrapped in paper and some wind also in paper." The 2 girls left, but on the way they started to think about the weird request, and they were pretty concerned as they wanted to go back to their husband but had no clue how to bring such presents with them. The day passed and they were getting more and more anxious until the day they panicked and started to cry as they really didn't know what to do. Likely, they met a girl who offered help. The girl heard the story and told them to follow her as she knew what to do. And then she gave them a lantern and a fan and told them, "When you lit a candle inside the lantern, then you have fire wrapped in paper, and when you wave the fan, you have wind again in paper." The 2 girls happily returned to their husband's village and gave the old farmer the presents. He was pretty impressed and asked them how they came up with that idea. So the girls told him everything about the girl and all the rest. And he said that that girl, so wise and so smart, would have been the perfect match for his third son. So he sent messages to the girl's family to arrange the marriage. And with big surprise of all, he asked her to be the new head of the family. Now, at that time in China, the head of the family was always a man. And the girl saw the opportunity and accepted. Her name was Fan Mian. In charge of the new family, Fan Mian soon began to lead everyone's work. She created new rules and new habits. And for instance, she told the old farmer and his 3 sons to never go to or come from the field empty-handed. In the morning, they had to bring some fertilizer with them. And on their way back, they had to bring some stick of wood. This way, the fields were always full of crops and they never ran out of wood for the fireplace. One day, the man told her there's no more wood to collect, and she told them, then bring some stones for building and pile them outside the house. And so they did. One day, a gem dealer rode by and spotted the pile of stones. At a closer look, he noticed that one stone contained a large lump of fine jade, but said nothing. He wanted to talk with the head of family, and he was really surprised when he saw that she was a girl and tried to cheat her. And he was even more surprised at her brilliant bargaining skills. Fan Mian managed to sell the stone at a higher price, and they closed the deal. But Fan Mian guessed that he was cheating them. And when he returned a few days after to pay, he told the old farmer to invite him for dinner and to draw him into a conversation about precious stones and how to identify them. Fan Mian was hidden behind a curtain during the talk. And then she went out to analyze the stones and found the gem. So she removed it from the stone and hid it in the house. After dinner, the gem dealer was ready to pay for the stone and leave, but he noticed that the jade was missing and understood that Famien found out. They started to talk a bit, and Famien managed to sell not only the jade but all the stones at a very considerable price. Thanks to that money, the family became rich and they built a bigger house. She put a sign on the gate of the house that read, "No sorrow." After a few days, a minister passed by and got offended by that sign, as he thought that every family has its share of sorrow, so he wanted to find them. Famien again talked with him and told him that she meant to say that all visitors should leave their sorrow behind the gate. But the minister got even angrier and, as a punishment, told her to give him a cloth as long as the road. "Of course, Your Excellency," said Famien. "I'll do it as soon as you find both ends of the road and tell me its exact length." The minister got even angrier and told her, "And now you will give me as much oil as there is water in the sea." "Of course, Your Excellency," said Famien. "I'll do it as soon as you can measure the sea and tell me how many gallons you need." The minister then said, "If you are so clever, then you can read my mind. See the birds on my fingers. Tell me, am I planning to squeeze it to death, or am I planning to leave it fly away?" "Your Excellency," said Famien, "you are an important person, an important minister, and I'm only a humble girl. If you don't know more than me, then you cannot find me. And now I have a question for you. I'm standing with one foot on one side of the door and the other foot on the other side on the door. And please tell me, am I planning to go inside or to go outside? If you cannot read my mind, then I cannot read yours." The Prime Minister had no other choice to admit that she was right, and so he left, and the family could live with no sorrow for many more years. So I really hope that Famien can inspire you to be assertive and to use the words wisely, and also to live your life as a leader. So thank you so much for watching, and before you leave, please subscribe, and I will see you in the next video. Ciao!